Good morning, warriors. Welcome to the U Movement. I'm just awake, enjoying myself some nice mushroom cocoa. Get those brain cells firing with some nice adaptogens and some coconut oil. I wanted to hop on this morning and talk a little bit about Soul Tribe, because it's just the most amazing thing ever. Listen, this awakening journey that we may find ourselves on is, at least for me, has been nothing short of crazy, brutal at times, overwhelming, terrifying, nerve-wracking, emotional. You know, I joke with one of my friends, one of my Soul Tribe mates, that if I were to give a Google review, it would be a 1-star. But in reality, there is the other side, because there's always the other side. There's the shadow side and there is the light side. And there have been tremendous blessings that have come in on my awakening path. Looking back and doing this retrospective view of my journey over the last 3 years has been triggering, but triggers are an opportunity for healing, and it has also led me to a place of great appreciation and gratitude. And one of the things that I am just beyond grateful for, as well as, you know, all the others, that my health improving, starting to feel safe and secure again, connection to spirit, just to name a few. But Soul Tribe. So what is Soul Tribe? It's not a term I heard of before this journey, to be honest with you. And it's nothing that would have resonated before in my life. Because I was raised in a narcissistic household and suffered the consequences of that, which is a loss of sense of self. And it's been a journey. Ultimately, the journey is the journey back to self. And as you get more into alignment with your truth of who you truly are, you radiate out a different vibration, because authenticity is actually a higher vibration than love. It is a throat chakra vibration, where heart chakra is the love chakra. So it's a higher vibration, and they've actually done scientific studies to prove that. Don't ask me to find them for you. But you know, watching these videos back, I'm at about the 6th one now, and it's triggered so many emotions, because I see this woman who was so desperate to be loved that she held everything in and masked in so many ways, trying to be something, trying to be someone that others would appreciate and others would ultimately love. And through this awakening, this twin flame journey, coming back to self, loving self, has been a very powerful mission. And the more I stepped into myself, the more I stepped into alignment with self, is when people started showing up in my life and responding to me in a totally different way. My whole life, I have gone feeling very misunderstood, very much in the need to alter myself to fit in with society for acceptance, tone myself down, minimize who I was, for the hope that somebody would reciprocate in some semblance of breadcrumbs. I wasn't raised with a full flowing of energy coming into me, and I didn't get what a lot of people take for granted. I've talked a lot about abuse on my channel, and abuse is more than what happens to you. Abuse is also what didn't happen for you. When you don't receive praise, compassion, empathy, support, protection, love, just to name a few, then you go through life with an absence of energy, a hungry energy, one that I would describe as the hungry ghosts. And that's an archetype that I would have carried with me, is this energy of, please, can I have more? Can I have more? It reminds me a little bit of the orphan archetype of Oliver, who goes with his bowl and, wants more gruel. Please, sir, can I please have more? And that would have been a shadow of mine, of trying not to ask too much from people, because I was scared that they would leave. And so ultimately they would leave. And I've gone through my whole life desperately wanting attention, affection, understanding, protection, support, care, all of those energies, and I didn't know how to get it. It seemed like however I was asking for it was wrong. I was often told that my expectations were too high. And I never understood that, because I was like, but that's what I'm giving to you. So why is my expectations that you should meet me halfway too high? And the more I started to give to myself those energies as I've gone through this awakening process, after I began the quest of learning what self-love was and learning how to give that to myself, to stop the negative self-talk, to stop, and my negative self-talk was brutal. Like, the judgment was a familiar, like I could tear strips out of myself. The more I started to show myself compassion, as I was going through all of these traumas resurfacing and the memories resurfacing, and caring for that inner child and reparenting that inner child the way she should have been parented, the energies she should have received. The more I started giving that to myself, the more that void of desperate, I want, became filled, and I was calm and in peace in my own energy, not needing it from an outside source. And when the neediness, which is codependency, when the neediness started to minimize, is when the door opened. So the combination of stepping into my authenticity and allowing myself to be genuinely me, as well as giving myself all of the things that I needed, so the needs were filled, so I could just be. The more I could just be, the more Soul Tribe started to make their way in. And it came kind of as in like step ups. A first round of people came into my life, and I was like, you people are treating me better than I've ever been treated before. This is shocking to me. This is amazing. But it wasn't a perfect match. And ultimately on this spiritual journey, people come, people go. You'll learn that quickly. And a situation happened, and this group of people all left. We weren't resonating at the same understanding of matching of loyalties. And then another group came in, and it was amazing. It was beyond amazing. And then certain things weren't exactly in resonance, and they left. So it was like going from like down here to next step up, to a next step up, and then to this next step up again. And each step up has blown my mind, because I feel understood. I feel appreciated. I feel supported. I feel, and I don't need to alter myself. So on first step, I was still altering myself. On the first step, I was still trying desperately to fit in through makeup and through looking a certain way and being a certain way, and still minimizing my true self. And so I stepped up into greater sense of self. And then the next round, I was like, oh, hey, I don't need to wear makeup, and I can hang with these girls and feel a sense of camaraderie. And then I was like, but this isn't truly me either. And then I could step up again and be even more in my authenticity and just be me. And it's been amazing to watch, because this would be really about the last 2 years this has taken place, which is dramatic shifts in a very short period of time. And my first, I call them my 3 wise women. My first wise woman, I was blessed to meet because I sought support on this twin flame journey. It's very difficult. And so I sought coaching to help me navigate through what I didn't know what was happening. You know, I'm the first, when I don't have an answer to something, I'm going to find it any which way I can. And I joined a support group. And in that support group, I met a woman who has become one of my greatest friends and has supported me throughout my entire awakening journey. And I would have been so lost without her. And I'm so incredibly grateful, because even though like we've never met in person, there hasn't been a day that has gone by that we don't check in with each other. And just to have that, just to have somebody in my life that's like, hey, just checking in, how are you doing, has been like, what is happening? What is going on? That's just amazing to me. And then that went on, and I've been meeting more and more. And it's amazing, because I'm hearing things for the first time in my life. So there's a triggering that happens that's not a negative triggering, that's like a positive triggering that happens when something happens that's never happened in your life before. The first time that somebody told me they were proud of me, a perfect stranger who has become like Soul Tribe described, I'm watching your journey and I'm so proud of you. And I was like, what? What is happening? I was never told that. Ever. Not once was I ever told by my mother that she was proud of me. So to have somebody else tell me that I'm doing something that instills the energy of pride is amazing. To have people that have, out of nowhere, shown up into my direct messaging when I needed them most, when I needed somebody. I'd be in the pits of prayer and in the depths of darkness, and all of a sudden somebody would be there in the middle of the night from Europe talking to me, and helping guide me through. So Spirit provides you with who you need along this journey. And I didn't have a guru, and I didn't have yes, I have a trauma coach, trauma therapist that's helped me overcome and recover from escaping from narcissistic abuse and the cognitive dissonance that takes a very long period of time to recover from, and regaining the sense of safety. So yes, I've sought professional help, but when Soul Tribes shows up, they just show up. They just materialize in the most random ways possible that aren't random at all. They're divinely orchestrated and divinely guided. And they say things that trigger responses or memories. Like out of the blue, I had somebody this morning say to me, "Good morning, sunshine." And I was like, what is happening? And that means something to me, because that's something that somebody used to call me. And it was just a random, out of the blue message. And you'll get these random, out of these blue messages with words that trigger something in you, that are divinely channeled messages through other people of what you need to hear, when you need to hear it. And there's a resonance that happens in Soul Tribe, in the collective, that is so welcoming and so loving and so profound. And Soul Tribe has been such an incredible blessing for me. So if you are on this journey and you are finding yourself in a place of isolation and loneliness and hermiting, do be aware that there's something else coming that is so much better than you can possibly have ever imagined. A lot of starseeds, light workers, empaths, all resonate with a very dark background of going through very difficult life experiences, whether those be abusive, whether those be neglect, whether those be bullying, whether those be all of the above. And somehow, despite all that dark bullshit, they've maintained their light, their core essence inside of them. So it's like holding a little light inside that says, no, I'm not going to succumb to my circumstance and become mean and cruel like these people that have been mean and cruel to me. I am not going to be hurt people. I'm going to stick to myself and protect myself if necessary, and I'm going to experience these hurts, but I am not going to turn around and become a hurtful human. And that process of keeping that little light protected inside the heart space is a warrior's job. It's an amazing job. And so understand that on this process where we have held that light tightly within us for, in my case, 50 years. And, you know, a lot of other people on this journey find themselves at any age and stage. But those that resonate with the term indigo child as well would understand this feeling of keeping myself locked away, protected. So we cover ourselves in all this shit, trying to fit in, trying to succeed in a society that we feel like an outsider, or like I always felt like I was from another planet. I felt like an anthropologist who had been sent here in observation to take notes on the locals, and the locals were whack. So for me to be able to find my tribe and not feel like an outsider observing another tribe has been one of the most profound blessings of my life. I'm in awe. I am in awe of these amazing people that resonate with me, that understand me, that I understand them. That there is this collective that is coming together where they can, for the first time in their lives, feel seen, feel heard, feel like they matter, feel like their weirdness is appreciated and loved and honored. It's amazing. And it is coming for you. So hold on and keep going. The more in you get, the more magnetic you become to those that are meant to be with you. A true sense of family. And for that, I'm just so overwhelmed with gratitude. So to all of my soul tribe out there, thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for keeping that light alive inside of you and not succumbing to your circumstance, and maintaining your own integrity in what has been undoubtedly difficult, dark, and sometimes unbelievably painful experiences. I am sending out to you all of my love. You're amazing. You are warriors, and you are absolutely amazing. So thank you for existing. Thank you for being you. I absolutely love it. And I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you on You Talk. So if you want to join me and share your story so that others can feel inspired by the challenges that you face and overcome, please reach out to me. The way to do that is by sending me an email at justbebeing@gmail.com. That's just the letter B, being@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Facebook as Be Freedom, BEE, like the Bumble. And you can find me in the Spiritual Warriors support group over there on Facebook. The link to that will be in the description below. Thank you for all of your comments and your support. Thank you, and thank you. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you for all of the shares and the likes and the subscriptions. And with that said, have a super awesome Saturday. Peace out.